by the title of this video and that's why you clicked on it, I'm going to be talking about my first ever concert experience. And sorry for any background noise, there's people doing construction right next to my house. And of course, you know, it's a great time to film, but I had to get this video out, so yeah. So this concert that I went to about 3 or 2-ish weeks ago, it was hosted by this, I guess, convention called Anime Matsuri. Now, if you don't know what Anime Matsuri is, it's pretty much this anime convention that comes to where I live for about a week in the summer. It'll be a span of it'll be a span of about 7 to 9 days, and it's at this big convention area, and a lot of people come in. There's some people that come in from Japan, China, like a bunch of other areas. Hi everyone, so this is just kind of like an editor's note. The convention actually lasted about 4 days, so if you hear me say about a week or like 7 to 9 days, yeah, that's not true. So yeah, and so yeah, it's very heavily anime based and like anime, manga, that kind of thing. And so I've been to Anime Matsuri for the last 2 years. I went last year and it was really fun, so I wanted to go again. And so yeah, so there is a couple different passes that you can get when you go to Anime Matsuri. There's the 1-day pass, which is the least expensive, but you only get to go 1 day, which is, I think, what a lot of people do. And so there's also the 4-day pass, which is another one of the popular passes. You can go all 4 days, and so you get to experience everything for a longer amount of time. There's also things like the Super Pass and the VIP Pass, which are pretty much better versions of the 4-day pass. You still go only 4 days because that's the total amount of days, but you get to do you get to sign up for things faster, and you get more chances at getting interviews of people and autographs and stuff. As one of the main purposes of Anime Matsuri is for people who star in things like animes and things like that. They come in to the US and they have these panels and stuff where you can ask them questions and they'll answer those questions, and they also sometimes do autograph sessions where you can go and get their autograph and they'll sign a paper thing, and you can talk to them for a little bit. So yeah, usually those things cost a lot of money, and I don't think they come with the 1-day pass or the 4-day pass, so you have to at least get a super pass or an ultra VIP pass. But yeah, so I got the 4-day pass. This was the pass for this year. Yeah, it just says Anime Matsuri, and then it just says 4-day pass or 4-day access, and then it comes on this little lanyard thing. And so, like I said, this convention is very anime based, but this year the person who runs Anime Matsuri decided to bring in a K-pop group, and they were going to have just a 1-day concert for anyone who liked that sort of thing and was able to pay the money. So it was sort of like an added expense to the people who wanted to see this concert. Now, in order to see this concert, you had to have either a 4-day pass, a super pass, or an ultra VIP pass. The 4-day pass would get you the 4-day pass allowed you to get 3 types of tickets and stuff. You could get P1, which was the best other than Ultra and Super VIP. You could get P2 or P3. So the group that they brought in was a 6-member girl group called A-Pink. And seeing how A-Pink are one of my old groups, I of course got P1. because I actually had money for once. I had been saving up because Anime Matsuri is obviously this big thing that like I really wanted to go to. So if you have been to a K-pop concert before, or just I guess any concert, you're gonna understand this better than people who haven't. But if you haven't been to a K-pop concert before, P1 is pretty much where, so like there's the stage and stuff, and you're pretty much, if you're in P1, at least for this concert, you are right next to the stage. Like they have little like barrier things so you can't like hop on stage and be like, hey, but you're pretty much very close to the stage. Like if you wanted to, if there weren't barriers, you could literally like touch the idols. You're that close. Now, of course, there's also P2 and P3. P2 and P3, I think P2 was also stage access, but P3, or not stage access, but you were close to the stage. And P3, they had like a little sectioned off area for them kind of in the back. So it was like stage was here, you had like P1 and P2 people here, and then you had P3 people back here. Now, obviously it was a lot of money to pay for this, and of course I'm grateful because, yeah. But pretty much how it worked was, if you wanted to get P1, you would have to pay at least $80 more. P2 was like $40 to $60 more, and then P3, since you weren't up close to the stage, it was free, but you had to have the 4-day pass or the Super Pass or VIP pass. Well, if you had the Super Pass or VIP pass, you automatically got sectioned into the Super Pass and VIP pass area. But obviously, like any K-pop concert, they were selling a little bit of merch. So they sold a pink towel, which I will show in another video, and then they also sold a pink panda bomb light stick. So I of course bought one because, you know, it's a light stick and it's a pink, and yeah. So of course, it being Anime Matsuri, they had a lot of anime stuff there, but because A-Pink was coming in to the convention, they also had a lot of people who thought, hey, there's gonna be K-pop people who like K-pop here. So there weren't that many, there was about like 6 or 7 little booths that were selling K-pop merch. So how the convention worked was pretty much, there was this giant like room area, and they were just long lines of like tables and stuff, and people could set up their stuff and sell it. So of course, me being a multi-fandom K-pop stan, I definitely wanted to buy a couple albums. So the first album I bought was Dreamcatcher's 4th mini album, the End of Nightmare Era Instability version. And then, speaking of BTS, I bought their, I guess new at the time, album, Map of the Soul Persona. This is version 3. And so I did get photo cards and stuff with with both albums, which I will be showing in a later video. So yeah. So before the concert, there was a lot of time before the concert because the concert started at 9 p.m. So, and the convention, it opened at about 12 p.m. So there was at least a good like 8 or 9 hour gap between when the concert started, when the convention opened, and when the concert started. So at about 3 p.m., the people who had brought A-Pink in were doing a sort of Q&A panel, which started late, but it's not their fault. So yeah, so the panel was supposed to go from 3 to 4, and then they were going to have a 4 to 5, and then they were going to have a autograph session from 4 to 5. But the Q&A panel, for whatever reason, didn't start until 4. So the Q&A panel went from about 4 to 5, and so they were obviously late for doing the autograph session.
So obviously they were late for the autograph session, but so pretty much how the autograph session worked was everyone would stand in a long line outside where they were going to start letting people in to go through the autographs and stuff. But they didn't announce this until later, but they were only taking people who had Ultra VIP and Super Passes, and of course I had P1, so I couldn't. So my friend who I was going with, who wants to remain anonymous, and we didn't end up getting the autograph. We didn't end up going to the autograph session, so instead we just went and we got food because, like, food. And then at about 7:30, we came back to the venue, and we went into the, they had a little area sectioned off for, like, people who were in P1 and Super Pass and Ultra VIP. So we went into the little P1 area, and we just waited for about an hour and 30 minutes for this concert to start. And it was a really fun concert. It was nice being up close to the stage. There was a lot of people that, of course, were there because they liked A-Pink. So it was nice to meet, like, a lot of friends and stuff. And yeah, it was just a fun concert overall, and they said that they're gonna try and bring at least 1 or 2 K-pop groups next year, so we have that to look forward to. But yeah, so that's gonna end the video. So I hope you guys liked it and you weren't too bored of my rambling. So yeah, so look out for my new dance cover to Blackpink's Playing with Fire coming out this Friday, or if not Friday, 2 days after this video goes up. So whatever day that is, because I like to procrastinate. So yeah, that's all for this video.